Pat McMahon again, and again, I get a chance to introduce you to one of the people that you ought to know. Let me introduce you to Chevy Humphrey, who is the CEO, the president, and the grand poobah of the Arizona Science Center. Yeah, that's that great, big, marvelous place across from the ballpark in downtown Phoenix. And Chevy, after 15 years of being in charge of that remarkable place, give me a couple of particularly fond memories of things that have gone on there.
You know, it's been an incredible 15 years as CEO, and I've actually been there for 22 years. So most of my adult life, it has just been an incredible experience. But the most important and the most thing that I treasure the most is the programs that we provide in every county in the state, where we are not only inside Arizona Science Center, but we're outside the walls, and we hit every county and every rural community in the state, and we bring science to our community. So it's just the best thing ever. We actually serve over 300,000 people outside of our walls, which is incredible.
Chevy, you and I have been friends for a long time. So tell me the truth. After all those years at the Arizona Science Center, loving it so much, why are you leaving, for crying out loud? I know why. Tell everybody about your next destination.
I'm very humbled. I will be the first woman and the first Black American to run the Chicago Museum of Science and Industry. It is such an honor to be a part of MSI, but it does give me a large platform to actually bring exhibits and programs to our science industry around the world.
Chevy, we have so many Chicagoans here in the Valley of the Sun and across Arizona. Everybody knows Harry Carey, of course, instantly the moment they see a picture. They know that WGN stands for World's Greatest Newspaper. But some folks who haven't been in Chicago very often don't know what a big deal the Museum of Science and Industry really is. Tell them now.
Well, the Museum of Science and Industry actually is the largest science museum in the Western Hemisphere, and it's the largest in the United States. And it sees over 1.5 million visitors a year, and it's just an incredible place. It's just magical.
Well, we were talking with some of our Chicago people from the staff right before we went on, and they were talking about some of the things that were in there. Railroad cars, a coal mine. Now, I know that you're going to be relatively new talking about it now, but can you tell people when they visit Chicago why they should come to see you and the Museum of Science and Industry?
Oh, it's just a wonderful place. We've got the U-505, the submarine. We have a coal mine, as you just said. We have these huge, United Airlines airplanes that are just lifted on the ceiling. There's science storms. I could just go on and on. There's so many wonderful things. You just have to come visit. And so when you come, please ask for Chevy.
And yes, she did say a submarine. It's an amazing place, and Chevy Humphrey has been a remarkable citizen here. And it must be a very, very special personal feeling that you have about being hired by these people, considered to be perhaps the best in the world in its field, but also as the first woman and the first Black woman to head the Museum of Science and Industry. It's very personal, isn't it?
It is very personal, because what it does is I set out and I had a dream and I've accomplished it. And I hope that I inspire young people, young women, to actually go after those dreams and never, ever give up, because you can make it happen. And I see this as an opportunity to model that.
But you've got some special plans for the Science Center, too, that is going to continue to amaze and mystify all of us. Isn't that right?
Yes, we have a ton of plans here at Arizona Science Center. And don't forget to see Victoria, before she leaves. We have the world premiere of Victoria, the T-Rex, the first time ever seen in the world, and it's here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Victoria, the T-Rex was my prom date, as a matter of fact. I'm so glad that you mentioned that. Chevy Humphrey, we're going to miss you, but we're going to come visit you in Chicago at the Museum of Science and Industry. And it sure is nice to have you with us, too. This is Pat McMahon.
Thank you.